1. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Frank and Amora, and today we're going to be going over the new clothing editions, XP awards, things like that Rockstar released today, as well as covering the article that I found a long time ago, not a long time ago, a couple months ago, that is basically describing Rockstar's plans for this game. And it is a fantastic article. I think you guys are really going to love it. And I wanted to read the whole thing to you guys. So let's start out this week. Say hello, Amora, first, before we get into all this crazy stuff.
Hello, guys.
Okay. So today, Rockstar released new clothing editions and XP awards, plus discounts on camp dogs and more. As part of a thank you to the entire community who have helped to make Red Dead Online such a thriving world to wander and take on adventures in, pick up some new special gifts just by playing this week. Newer players will receive both the Schofield revolver and the varmint rifle free of charge, and everyone will receive the devastating ammo bundle, which includes 100 split point ammo revolver, or 100 split point revolver ammo, 100 high velocity pistol ammo, 100 express repeater ammo, 100 slug shotgun ammo, and 20 explosive rifle ammo. And now we have updates to the Wheeler Rawson and Company catalog, and that is the clothing section of Wheeler Rawson and Company catalog features 6 new items, along with the return of select limited time favorites like the raccoon and Cossack hats for the next few weeks. New permanent additions: the Walden coat, the Barras vest, the Esta shirtwaist, I hope I'm pronouncing that in some way close, Hardy boots, Oakley boots, a Birdwell hat, and then limited time returning apparel: raccoon hat, a Cossack hat, a Schaefer chaps, Griffith chaps, Morales vest, and Pelt half chaps. Along with that, we've got some bonuses and benefits. Earn bonus XP from your Wheeler, Rawson and Company Club membership and Outlaw Pass membership as you progress in any specialist role. With each rank you progress, you'll get a 1,000 bonus Club XP reward within 24 hours, allowing you to unlock free goods faster. If you have yet to embark on becoming a bounty hunter, this week is a good week to get going. Meet up with the legendary bounty hunter in Rhodes and purchase your license to get 4 rewards for 1,000 bounty hunter XP each. Wow, that's pretty cool. Completing a bounty mission by hauling in a target will also yield 5 bolas delivered to your camp lockbox. That is cool too. I always need a ton of those things for tying you up with. Free ability card of your free ability card of your choice, which is great. You can choose your own ability card. New bounty hunters can keep an eye on the benefits section to see these rewards come in. If you're looking to grow your stable of reliable steeds, all horses ranked 40 and under and coats ranked 60 and under have had their rank restrictions removed now through February 3rd. This week you can also save some hard-earned cash with 25% off the price of all wagons, including the Bounty Hunter's wagon and the Trader's delivery and hunting wagons. There's also a 25% discount on all camp dogs, tents, and emotes. Twitch Prime members who've linked their Rockstar Social Club account get the collector's bag and the polished copper moonshine still for free. Visit Twitch Prime to sign up, and PlayStation Plus members can get a free colorway of the Levitt jacket. Okay, guys, so that is what came out today. We do have some cool stuff. Some of the clothing is bonkers. Amora and I were talking about. What do you think of the hats, Amora? Let's go over first what we think of these hats. Give them what you think of the hats. If you guys haven't seen these hats yet, man, it is straight out of 60s and 70s pimp of the year stuff. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
I could wear the raccoon hat.
Okay.
But I cannot wear the other one. It's okay. I only have one because I got the gift from Rockstar last time, but I didn't buy anything else. Like, I didn't buy those hats because I know that I'm not going to wear them that, like,
listen, guys,
often.
If you haven't seen these hats, go to your catalog, do yourself a favor, man. Just go through and see the ones that are popping up new for you. And take a look. I swear to God, we're looking at goldfish in the shoe type hats. You know what I mean? Pimp of the year. If you know that movie, you imagine that guy walk. That's what the Rockstar's trying to do to our characters. They're trying to make us into a 70s pimp. It's like,
I don't know
what happened. Where's all this fur coming? I'm a big fan of fur, but god damn, they have it on the rims. On the rim of every hat is some kind of fancy fur. I have no idea what they're doing.
Like lately, there's been too much fur in the hats. Like, come on, I want normal hat.
Yeah, I want to. Like, I wear the. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's the Cayuga hat, Cayuga, something like that. Somebody will make fun of me for saying it, but that's the one I wear. It's kind of plain and just looks gnarly, you know. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if we're out in the Wild West, our shit's gonna get beat up. Our clothes are gonna get a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, if you look real fancy back in these times, you're gonna get robbed. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be showing all your flair. You definitely can't wear a 60s pimp hat. People are going to know you from the future. If you wear some of the stuff that Rockstar released today, as far as that, the vests are cool. I like the vests. You like the vests too, right? Yes, some of the vests are dope.
Awesome.
But the hats, oh my God. I don't know. I do not know. Some of the cool stuff that came out today, though, guys, you can get some bolas. You can, if you haven't done that kind of bounty hunter stuff yet, you can get some serious XP. Check out the vests. I thought the vests were really cool. Were there any cool coats? I don't remember. I don't think so.
I think there's new coats.
Is there?
I might get 2 colors out of it.
Yeah.
The black and green, but I'm not sure yet.
I don't know. Which coat? Do you remember the name of the one that you liked?
No, I don't know. I don't remember the name. It usually pop up in the first page.
It's on the first. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the one I saw too. I bought the vest. I don't think I bought any new coats.
I collected from the shop free bandanas.
You did?
Yeah, there's a lot
bandanas
of different
are
coloration. Yeah, there's free bandanas, but eventually they will start to cost. So
cool.
I don't know why I got them.
Yeah.
But I will just collect them, everything that I get free. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get everything.
Yeah, I'm taking everything free, even the pink stuff I'll never wear, or the pimp hat. If you give me a pimp hat, it might go into, like we might have a Halloween party or something I can wear. I'd take you as my hoe. We'll figure it out. We need to get some hoe clothes in there. Okay, so now guys, and Amora, this is something you haven't even heard this article. I've explained this to people. Is what brought me back to the game. But to actually find it again, and Rockstar re-released this today. So this is a huge clue as to what's coming. Now this was listed in Rockstar's tweet today. Let me go back one page here so I can get to you exactly where this comes from. Excuse me. So for those of you who aren't on Twitter, and Uncle Frank wasn't on Twitter either, I basically just do this to follow Rockstar. So if you guys are wondering why there's not much content coming off my Twitter feed, it's because I'm usually using this just to inform people or myself what's going on. So, Rockstar tweeted this today. We'd like to thank our entire community for another record-breaking holiday season for both Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online. To celebrate, we'll be offering huge bonuses in both games. Okay, so it gives you a link. You click on this link, and then we're coming to another page that talks about we'd like to thank our entire community, all incredible players we have in both games, another record-breaking holiday season for both Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Online. Everyone from the heist crews, stunners, and racers in GTA Online to the moonshiners, bounty hunters, traders, and collectors of Red Dead Online. Along with the players happy to wander, explore, and create their own adventures in both worlds, we thank you for helping to build some of the best gaming communities around. Okay, so they continue. We also want to extend a massive thank you to all the YouTubers out there who played, created, and commented on GTA 5 throughout the year. 2009 was GTA 5's biggest year ever for views on YouTube, with December 30th to January 5th being our biggest 7-day period ever. So that's blah, blah, blah. A little bit more about GTA. Meanwhile, the untamed open spaces of Red Dead Online moved out of beta in 2019 and began to forge its own path to becoming a dynamic online world as we optimized animation speeds and controls for better PvP combat, added anti-griefing measures, infused additional life into the world with new free roam activities, and introduced the Outlaw Pass for a whole new system of rewards and improved progress. As the year went on, players had even more reasons to immerse themselves in the world and their characters, with the introduction of the first 4 of many frontier pursuits: the bounty hunter, trader, collector, and moonshiner, allowing players to progress through multiple roles simultaneously while earning new role-specific skills, clothing, weapons, and other items along the way. These changes and additions helped push Red Dead Online to a new peak in player numbers in December following release of the Moonshiners update, topping those numbers again in January. Okay, this is good news, guys, for this reason. We're getting more people in. So that's going to allow for more people, more development, more money. You know what I'm saying? So if our numbers were dropping in this game, Amora, we might be having, we're not going to really have an issue too much, but gaining numbers is extremely good because these guys are sitting around in a boardroom and they're saying, how much time should we dedicate to Red Dead right now? And they're saying, well, our numbers have never been higher. You know what I mean? We released a Moonshiner thing. So that's fantastic for us when it comes to that. Numbers have never been higher as they were in January, this month. Okay. So here's where we get into this part. With 2 distinct worlds now alive and thriving, we are very fortunate to have such a dedicated fan base that travels with us on this journey as both continue to expand and evolve with new types of gameplay, new stories, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they go into a coming soon part. There's still much more to be hinted at in the upcoming 2020. As we have hinted at in the past, the world of Red Dead Online will also continue to grow in 2020 as we expand the concept of frontier pursuits with additional roles, new missions, and many more significant updates to come. So now, this is where they said hinted at, as we have hinted at in the past. So I'm going to touch on, have you heard anything that really excites you yet, Amora? Or are we just kind of like cruising?
We're kind of cruising.
Okay. Okay. Now this is the article.
I have heard something.
Okay. So this is the article. I'm going to take this step by step with you guys. And this is the one I've always been talking about. Okay. I'm going to name the people that are actually speaking on this. You guys might know who some of these people are. I don't. Okay. For myself and many others, much of the enjoyment comes from simply existing in this vibrant, expansive world, to find any excuse to live there. With the Frontier update adding 3 new roles, Trader, Bounty Hunter, and Collector, Rockstar provided all the excuse we needed to meander across the dusty plains, verdant fields, and the snow-capped mountains of the Old West once more. Red Dead for us is an opportunity to try something a bit different, try something new, and really let players have an experience of living in this 19th century America. Lead open world designer Scott Butchard tells me, which for us, it's definitely a different pace to what GTA offers. It's a lot slower. It's a lot more intimate, and we just really wanted to build up slowly, bit for bit, so the player really feels progression, whereas GTA is much more faster paced. So they're kind of trickling us into content because they think it's going to be a more intimate experience to play this game. And now, to continue, Rockstar plans to keep adding to this experience, both building on these roles we've already been given and adding some more along with new features, missions, and surprises, but all while ensuring there's a clear through line. We don't want the player to feel too overwhelmed too quickly. Lead online production associate Katie Pika explains. So from their first day all the way to, say, the latest update, we want to make sure there's progression there for every player. So that goes back into what I was saying about, they want you kind of starting off in your camp, and every player has to go through the same progression. Okay, so Rockstar doesn't call Red Dead Online an MMO, but its approach to introducing elements is similar. Anyone who plays these 3 new roles and progresses through them will immediately be ready for what comes next, while any new players will start at this first step, the Frontier update. This way, Rockstar can keep that sense of progression the same for each player and prevent new players from feeling overwhelmed. We don't want to leave anything I love that. We don't want to leave anything behind. We'll continue to look to add to the roles in the future, like we've done with the legendary bounties we've just released for Bounty Hunter. Butchard says, little things, even new collections, and then we will add new roles as well. One example of this is the Trader role, which currently allows players to turn in animal carcasses at the camp, which NPC converts to. Okay, we all know what the Trader role does. Let's see if they say anything else. Okay, once you have enough produce, you can take part in supply runs to generate money. This role is the first step on the business ladder Rockstar has planned. More opportunities are coming in later updates to expand your empire. We wanted the player to start at their camp, Pika explains. We thought that was a good fit. You know, we don't want you to jump up the ladder too soon, whereas we put high-end businesses into GTA quite quickly. We actually want the player to start on that first business and then keep going. We've got plans for other business ventures that the player could do. We just want each one that we add to feel distinct from the next one. So it's not like we're going to say, okay, here's the trader, now everything is the same. We want each of these to feel different. We want players to look back at what they've achieved over time and say, that's where I started, and now look where I am. I love that.
Yeah.
So I know it's frustrating, you guys, to not be getting all the content that you want as fast as you want. But believe me, they have a plan. This is a company that's, worth billions of dollars. They're not just going to leave us hanging. You guys are going to get a lot of, almost, probably more than you want. You know what I mean? I think you got a lot of smart people at this company, and I think they're going to give us some great things. What do you think, Amora?
Yeah, well, I love the game, and I can wait. Sometimes it does frustrate, like glitches, like there's no animals and everything, but I think they have a plan.
Right.
And it is really good.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I play it. It's the game obviously that I love the most, and I think that the people who are listening, it's their favorite game too. So we want as much content as fast as possible. Could we be getting a little bit more? I think so. But this is just the way it's going. Okay, so I'll continue. As we've mentioned before, that we'd like players and their characters to experience the journey from running a fledgling business at camp to becoming some kind of industrialist. So it's just a question of creating a fun and logical path from one to the other with the right amount of steps in between. Right now, players are running a business out of their camp with Crips, as well as developing the camp itself. But the idea is that at some point, new opportunities may be too big to be sustained inside the camp, aka now we have the Moonshiner thing that's expanding that. At that point, there could be multiple kinds of businesses players can look at running simultaneously. But none of this is set in stone. We're still absorbing the feedback from players from these initial roles, and we'll see how we can improve upon these ideas as we go. One thing that's slightly more complex is the addition of properties. Part of Red Dead's charm is the lifestyle living off the land, cooking up a kill and brewing coffee by your campfire. If every player can suddenly purchase a homestead and carve out a portion of the frontier for themselves, will it detract from the nomadic lifestyle and stop players from roaming the wilds? We want to introduce properties at some point in the future, Bouchard admits. Again, part of the reasons we don't want to jump the shark too soon. We want players to live like an outlaw, live in the Wild West. We don't want to abandon the camp. We want the camp to be something that you take care of. And we want the expansions to update it. And you get your own distinct feel. It's your camp. This is my camp. It's their camp. We don't want to leave that behind too quickly. So that's what I've been saying this whole time about them, like we were talking about what roles we want to see next. And, like we had some ideas with gold mining and like the railroading and things like that. They're making us build up to that really slowly, which I think is great. I really do.
Yeah.
Because if they dump it all on us like they did in GTA, I think it's just going to be too much for people. And that's how we end up with a lot of weird stuff happening that not a lot of people are fans of. Because it's just too much, right away. And it's kind of like thoughtlessly thrown in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know when there comes a new update, I tend to get over with really quickly because I want the best horses and the best stuff. But I shouldn't be doing that because that is like the content that we are getting, and it's not lasting forever. I should be enjoying it much more than just trying to get over it, because when it's over, I feel like, oh my god, there's nothing to do anymore.
Right.
Like it is like that. I can't help it.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the while we're on the subject, about the animals? Like a lot of people are having these problems with these animal spawns, and it's making them crazy, and it's kind of driving them. I know that it's bothering you guys a lot, and that's why we released that video last week, kind of showing you how to fix that. There are a few different ways. Try not to get frustrated, guys. It's another thing that the game is. I love this game. I know all you guys love the game. Try not to get frustrated with it. Try to find little things to do, to kind of occupy your time. There's so many avenues. This is a great thing that Amora and I did one night. We went into Saint Denis and we just walked around with the compass off, or with the map off. Remember, we were just kind of walking around listening to people, and some of the stuff you hear is incredible. Some of the interactions with the NPCs, it's an amazing world. So if you're really bored, or you're really frustrated with something, take a deep breath, just walk around a little bit, turn that map off, immerse yourself in the environment. You'll be amazed at your experience, I think. You had fun last night when we did that, right?
Yeah,
we were just walking our horses around, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Our new horses.
Our new horses, yeah. I'm trying, okay, so I don't want to keep reading this too much, and I'm just going into, because a lot of this stuff, keep in mind, this article was written probably, I'm going to say 2 or 3 months ago. So, okay, let me pick this up here. When planning future roles and other content, we think about the world in key areas: exploration, capitalism, wildlife and nature, pastimes and bounty hunting style activities, which are an offshoot of the law. Depending on how honorable you play, Pika adds, we love the idea that at some point a highly ranked bounty hunter could become a lawman. So far, the roles have touched on a few of those ideas, but there's a lot more to do. Another potential area Rockstar could expand on with a future role is photography, which is something we'd love to do, I'm told. If done right, this is something I'm even more excited than the lawmen versus outlaws. I can already imagine packing warm clothes, trekking into the mountains, and attempting to get a perfect shot of a grazing moose. Maybe we could get more money for better compositions, or depending on what's happening in photos, I'm imagining a system similar to Dead Rising, but like 100% more chill. Yeah, this is such a cool area. Butchart agrees. Photography and allowing players to capture their adventures and moments is really important to us. And it's something we've already established that the community loves. It's been amazing seeing posses come together for professional photographs thanks to their latest update. We're really proud of Red Dead Redemption 2 and the world we made. And we obviously have the handheld camera in single player, which is also available in Red Dead Online, which players have a lot of fun capturing Arthur in spectacular fashion. Sometimes hilariously so, we have seen that continue in online. We want to keep building on this and make sure players continue chronicling their experiences as online grows. Throughout our interview, Rockstar mentions how much the developers have their ears to the ground. They've heard your complaints about not being able to mix and match role outfits and seeing if there's anything they can do, though they're slightly hampered by some technical limitations there. But remember, when you all wanted ponchos, now you all have ponchos. If it's possible, it will happen at some point. So what are the other features the community keeps calling out for? Heists. That's another one we've definitely discussed, and we've battered across ideas on how that could work. Butchart says it's an exciting prospect as well. I think we need to take a look at it once we've moved past this initial stage of these roles and how we're going to develop these these in the now and see where we can take the heists in the future. We don't want to jump too far too soon. We want everyone to experience the same journey, not too quickly. We don't want them at the finish line too soon wanting the next thing. Okay. I mean, this article goes on and on and on, guys. I'm not sure how much you want me to read of this. I mean, it is legitimately... What I'll do is, how about this? I'll tag... I'll actually... I don't know if I can get a link out of this, though, since it's on Twitter. I mean, I don't know. I hope you guys are interested in hearing this, because this is straight out of Rockstar's mouth. So I think it's pretty important. And can definitely answer questions a lot better than Amora and I can. Because so let's just keep. Is there something you heard so far that's like, wow, I love that, or anything jump out at you?
I do like everything.
Yeah.
But nothing haven't just jumped out of there. But I do like the ideas of like hearing all of the what they have written and said.
Right. Well, I like the fact that they said, number one, that it goes into the lawman role, where they're talking about advancing your bounty hunter. If you're an advanced bounty hunter, a high enough level, you can become a lawman. Then they talk about they want to kind of fit this photography thing in there. So that's another one. And they do go into a little bit about the villain role here. So I'm just going to keep reading. We'll just have some fun. This is story time with Uncle Frank and Amora tonight. It's story time.
I will just listen to you.
Yeah, I feel bad because I want to include you as much as possible, but I don't think there's not much to say other than I'm just going to keep reading. Okay. So, let's keep going. Heist fit the version of Red Dead Online, so it's highly likely it will be introduced at some point. As the developers reiterate throughout this interview, player feedback is constantly monitored. One thing they've already learned from this feedback and from the in-game statistics is that PvP isn't anywhere near as popular as free roam and cooperative activities. So, and they're focusing more on free roam and cooperative activities because that's what the players want. So that's what the directions Rockstar are taking with this game. That means co-op additions like Heist are much more pressing than a new deathmatch, for example. But Rockstar has to implement them at the right time to keep that sense of progression, that personal story of growth, from living off the land to walking around Saint Denis with gold bars tumbling out of your satchel. PvP will always be there, and we'll never forget about it, Hamad said. It's just we've definitely seen that same shift towards playing cooperatively, or at least just competing together against the environment. So we've definitely seen a shift away from players doing that. It's a good thing. We're also going to find ways for players to play cooperatively in PvP and co-op play. Some of the latest events that we have added, I think, for the trader update to have that supply run event where players are actually working together to try and reach the end, as they all benefit from it. Those are the type of things we're excited about looking into, Pico adds. And I love that. I love that that train mission where we have to go and just like stop all the NPCs from boarding the train. I love that shit. That shit is great. Truly. Because you always see some weirdo on that train. And I know how weird you are just from how you're dressed. You know, and I'm looking at every player getting on that train. I'm like, this dude is going to be the one to be putting dynamite at the player's feet because he just can't get along. You know what I mean? he doesn't fit. He's wearing some kind of animal fur or animal skin hat. He'd probably now have the raccoon hat on or some kind of feminine hat as a man. Those are those dynamite sticks. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. All right, you guys are going to love this. While the core of Red Dead Online is being fleshed out with these roles, are there plans for bigger expansions on the horizon? Games like Fortnite have proven that players love to see a world they're familiar with suddenly change, and there seems to be possibilities for this baked into Red Dead Online already. We've seen players boundary break into the untextured version of Mexico from Red Dead Redemption, and the single player has a whole other, albeit much smaller map in its Guarma location. Perhaps these could extend the world of Red Dead Online at some point in the future. It's not in the plans right now because there's still so much we can do in the world as it currently is. As we've touched on before, Butchard says, we're building that foundation just now, so no plans just at the moment for that. It's not something Rockstar would rule out. However, the same goes for zombies, which some players have seemingly been finding hints about in the past few weeks. It's not something that we're focused on right now, Hamad admits. We're obviously just released Frontier Pursuit, so our focus is on building on top of that and expanding the player's experience and the world at the moment. But you know, we never say never, so we'll have to see where the future goes. Anyone who's taken a detour off the beaten path in Red Dead Redemption 2 know the world has quite a few unexplained phenomena, and that's something we're going to continue with Red Dead Online. But we don't have anything specific to share on that right now, Butchard adds. Undead Nightmare was one incredibly fun idea we did with the original Red Dead Redemption. We've been having fun with GTA Online every year at Halloween, but there's so many possibilities and opportunities that we haven't begun to dig into just yet. If you're hoping for single-player DLC, however, you might be disappointed. Rockstar is currently focused on expanding Red Dead Online content with the huge single-player that already exists in the main story of Red Dead Redemption 2. We've said it before, but we all love single-player games, and Red Dead Redemption 2's absolutely massive story and equally massive epilogue are hopefully evidence of that, Hamad explains. The team's ambition for Red Dead Redemption 2 were sky high in every way, and when we are building worlds of that scale, the single-player experience almost always leads the way. Our ambitions for our online games are just as high, and with Red Dead Online, we are continuing to build and expand to match the world we created for Red Dead Redemption 2's story. Not just with the roles, but other activities, new random events, characters to meet, new ways to engage the world and further inhabit your character, as well as trying to improve the overall experience. While Red Dead Online's future is looking so exciting, it's hard to be too disappointed in the absence of single-player expansions. As I've mentioned before on this site, Red Dead Online's Frontier update is a promising hint at the future of online, a solid foundation for what's next, and the perfect excuse to roam the wild once more. Maybe we'll see you on the plains. Okay, so that was a lot. I'm tired. I'm going to need a bath. I'm going to need a shave and a haircut. Even though I'm shaved my head bald. I'm going to put a wig on and some makeup. I feel like I need a spa day. What do you think? You want to have a spa day?
I don't...
No?
Well...
You didn't read all that. You don't get to have a spa day. I want you to give me a spa day. You're just sitting there playing the violin, and you're not even playing it. Your character's over there. You're just over there. I don't know what you're... Help me out. Help me out. Okay.
I will make you a spa day. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I want a spa day. I want to get pampered.
I will follow you.
Yes, exfoliate. Yes. I need a lot of exfoliation, if you know what I mean.
I will follow you.
Okay. All right. So you guys comment on that article. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that was a lot, but like I said, if there's something that comes out that I can inform you about, give you an opportunity, that this is from the horse's mouth. Like, the rest of this is a lot of speculation, but that's directly from Rockstar, so that's pretty cool. Now, there's something I wanted to talk about because of that in the single player. Do you think that we will ever meet the gang from story mode? Like, and I know that we have Sean here, and we have, who else is here from the gang? Oh, Trelawney. And do you ever think we're going to meet, like, Arthur or Dutch? Do you ever think they'll come in? You think so? I think so, too.
Yeah. Some kind of mission.
I really do.
Yes.
Yep. And I think we may get introduced to them in the Battle of Blackwater. Remember how that starts, and then they run up into the hills, right?
Yeah.
They're escaping that battle that we've never seen, or the Blackwater Massacre, or whatever it is. I think we're going to get it there. I think we're going to lead into that at some point. I really do. Because Sean is here, Trelawney's here. Now let me think. Did we get any new additions of any gang members that we know of? No, I don't think so, right? Like, nobody from story mode has shown up recently, have they?
Well,
I don't think
what her name is?
Maggie?
The girl. No. I have.
Where's she from?
Sadie.
Oh, Sadie's here. Yeah, she's up in the mountains.
But she's in the beginning, on the start of that they find her in her own house.
Right, and her husband's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because her husband's alive now in the game. For us, right? Okay.
Yeah. But she's a gang member, but much later on. So I don't think we see them together, but. I don't know.
I think we'll get...
Nobody else.
Who else would come? I mean, I really think we'll get the whole gang event. I mean, I hope so. I think that would be great. But they don't do that in GTA. They don't introduce our characters to anybody. I don't think we meet Michael. We definitely don't. But this game, like I said, is a lot more intimate experience they're trying to build. So hopefully we'll get to run into a lot more of the gang. That would be great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh. Do you remember if the newspaper... Was there a newspaper, guys? Anybody listening to you comment on this? I think we used to have a newspaper in Red Dead, the original one.
Yes.
Where it would, talk about what you did? Yeah.
What?
Where it would, talk about stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the first one, even second one, in this, as Arthur, you could go and buy from newspapers from the newsboy.
I mean, that would be cool if they could.
Remember it?
No, I don't. That would be. I mean, I remember a newspaper feature for sure. I just can't. I couldn't remember if it was in the first one or this one. And it would be cool if they could. Yeah, if we could buy them, about some of our experiences in here, with your character. I don't know how the hell they would do that though. It'd be so. You know what I mean?
It'd be really hard.
It'd be really hard, yeah. But the newspaper would be cool. And I'm tired of paying for moonshine. I have to spend $65 to refill my moonshine stuff. I'm sitting in a moonshine distillery that I own, and I can't go over there and fill my damn bottles or this flask that's tied to my hip. They need to change that. This flask needs to be able to be filled with all kinds of weird stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's a flask. Like, I should be able to drink that flask and turn my cores red. No, I mean, like, not red, but you know what I mean? Like, something better than gold. Purple. You know what I mean? Like, if I drink from that, if I get one magic flask that you fill up here, I don't know. And a bayonet on my bolt-action rifle. For sure. We have to have bayonets we can fix on stuff. Absolutely. The bolt-action rifle was the original bayonet gun, I think. I think that was like the World War. I think that was like originally one of the first guns. We slammed a bayonet on the front, and we were like, when you get real close, shoot him and then stab him with this gun. We'll turn the gun into a sword too, and a spear.
Amazing.
We need that. What else? Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to go over this really quick for everybody. How we get our dailies done. There's a few things that we're doing, guys, that is kind of a neat trick. Let's say you got, you have to get 20 carcasses, and you're in a server, and you can't get these damn 20 carcasses.
Animals.
Yeah, here's the move. Start a bird shooting contest, and pick up all the birds. Just like kind of turn yourself in a circle, shoot all the birds. It'll spawn them because you're going into a contest. So then just pick up all the, what is it? What do they call? Were they ravens? Crows.
Not ravens.
Right,
crows
pick up the
that
crows.
You can pick up and put the satchel.
Right.
Actually, they are small animals, so they go to satchel.
So that'll help you guys get that kind of, all of those carcasses done. Keep them in your satchel. I keep them in my satchel to just have them, so when that stuff pops up, I'll just dump them in there. Another thing is hitting the same bounty targets with the same tracking arrows. So if you get the same bounty target, you've got to run another mission. Plug that guy with another tracking arrow. Same thing with the lassos. What I'll do and what Amara will do, we'll tackle the guy to the ground, we'll hog tie him, untie him, let him get up, start to run away, tackle him again, and do the same thing till we get that daily done. That usually works, guys. So you can get your bounty hunting stuff done really quick, your carcasses done really quick. Things like storing the meat, you know, like anytime you're out in free roam, don't sell the meat. Keep all of, you're not going to make that much money off of it, but have it and have the herbs to do those things. So your dailies are really quick for you, you know. I think that'll really help you guys get some gold and kind of just have that for when these updates do come out. I think it'll really help you guys. Anything else you could think of you want to discuss with these lovely ladies and gentlemen?
Well, to me, one of my tricks are, because I usually don't get to do the bounties with the bossy members.
Right.
I can only do them usually alone.
Oh, right. It doesn't work for you with a posse member.
It sometimes like glitches out that I cannot do the things that you are doing, the dailies.
That's right, yeah.
Together. So changing the lobby will help it to do it better again. Like
what do you
making
mean?
the work.
Just going into
Change
a brand
the
new
lobby.
lobby. Any lobby. Yeah.
Yeah, brand new lobby. Or join on somebody friends in the other lobby.
Yeah.
And start a new bounty there.
Okay.
And sometimes I usually do them alone, the bounty ones, because they are not working with the groups for me sometimes. Like most of the times now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Days.
Yeah. But yes, if you guys are having a problem getting those bounties to kind of log for you, try doing them solo, not as part of a posse, obviously. And that might help you guys. Seems to help Amora a lot, because we'll be doing the bounties and I'll get them done, and sometimes they work for her, sometimes they don't. But then she'll go off and do them by herself, and it seems to work for her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've kept these lovely ladies and gentlemen occupied and harassed for enough tonight.
Yeah.
I know tonight was a little bit different, guys, with all of the kind of like, it was almost like just a story time with Uncle Frank and Amora. But I hope it was informative, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we will be back at the same time next week, whether you like it or not. And as always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in from the bottom of my heart. It truly does mean the world to me. Stay safe out there. Remember that Uncle Frank loves each and every single one of you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring the bell, the whole damn thing. And we will see you guys really soon.